Hey guys, my name is Dalree and thank you for joining me as we go beyond church. Your girl has been gone. I've been away, I've been hibernating because I've been going through all of it. But I'm back, and this video will probably tell you a little bit more about why I've been away. So let's get right into it. It really started after God had taken me through a painful testing and preparation season and finally brought the light and started giving me many of the promises that He said He would. Everything happened overnight. Like, I literally got my dream job, got an apartment that I love, our business was just thriving. I had an opportunity to film YouTube videos professionally without even paying for them. I got into a loving relationship and my friendships were growing. Like, I was literally in this whirlwind of just good things happening at the same time. But everything happened so fast that it became overwhelming and exhausting because I was just in this whirlwind of good things happening to me all the time. And I'm not complaining about it, but because I was in this movement, right, I was prone to making mistakes and messing up and kind of falling back into sin, which got me into the cycle of just judging myself. I was looking at myself and I really didn't like who I saw. And because of that, I kind of got to the space where I was stuck. I became too busy to spend time with God. I became too busy to listen to Him, to sit with Him, and obviously I was not obeying Him. I had absolutely no rest and no peace in my soul. I was constantly filled with like this strife and anxiety inside of myself. I had no determination, no discipline. I couldn't eat well. I couldn't do my work. I couldn't work out. I struggled to do anything in my business or in my job. Nothing was going well. I didn't give much and had nothing solid to give to my relationships because I was just in this place of restlessness. And what I found is that, or what I learned is that I went from the preparation season, and instead of going into the planting season, I went straight to the harvest season. This is the big mistake that I made. I did too much, too soon, too big. I wanted to go great and do many things. And God was saying, whoa, 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 no, stop, slow down. You need to plant. You need to look after your crop and do what I told you to do with the things that I have given you. I made so many mistakes in the past few months. I literally found myself in like a Jonah situation where I was stuck in a dark, uncomfortable place because of my disobedience and because I gave God the backseat. But in all my messiness and disobedience, God did not let me go. He didn't give up on me. He didn't stop talking to me, and He didn't forfeit the promises that He gave me. All of His promises still stand. In fact, because He kept me stuck in this space, almost like Jonah, what He was doing was He was preparing me to give me a second chance. Instead, He used His gentle but stern hand to correct me and realign me. But I had to want it for myself, right? I decided that I was going to take a few weekends and I stayed home. I spent time with Him. I sat with Him and was really just yearning to hear from Him again. I will say that when I started to hear from Him, I did not like what He was telling me to do, and I didn't listen. I didn't listen at first, which just caused more restlessness and more lack of peace. I was just really feeling like I was going crazy. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep because I was not listening. But when this one day came, I was just like, I'm so tired of this. I want my life back. And I surrendered to God's correction. And I told Him, you know what? I'm going to do what you told me to do because I love you and it brings me pleasure to obey you. And immediately when I made that decision, I felt this rest and peace that genuinely surpasses all understanding, the type of peace that you can't buy, that anyone can't just give to you, that you cannot earn, just came over me, and it almost felt like my life was coming back together within a second. And this is why I love the Bible. I love spending time in the Bible. I love studying the Bible, because everything that we go through, everything that we need to know, that we need to learn about ourselves, about our lives, is literally in the Bible. And I had read about this before, but I didn't really understand it because it didn't apply to me, or because I haven't gone through it. So as I was reading through Hebrew, I found this verse in Hebrew 4:6-7, and it says this. It says, "So God's rest is there for people to enter, but those who first heard this good news failed to enter because they disobeyed God." That is so crazy. How accurate is that? But this is where the good part is, because this shows us that God is the God of second chances, or fourth chances, or 10th chances. Because verse 7 says, "So God set another time for entering his rest. And after that time, and that time is today." God announced this through David much later in the words already quoted. "Today, when you hear his voice, don't harden your hearts." And this just brings me so much reassurance that I know that the time that I spent these past few months were not wasted, but it was a great lesson learned. I learned that I need to tend diligently to the promises that God has given me. And with obedience comes absolute rest and peace. I hope this word was encouraging to you, that it brought some enlightenment to you, because it really did for me. So if it did, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this with someone that you think it will bless, because that really blesses me. Until next time, goodbye.